What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. This is I, Lady Nika, in with a review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all, don't take my time, cause I'm telling you, it ain't that the review long, it's just this shit. Y'all, whole been working all motherfucking day. Then, this morning when I left, it was still kind of cool outside, okay? So, I left the heater on in the motherfucking house. Now, it's just me and my son. So, I'm under the impression that he gonna turn that shit off as the day go on, because it's gonna, temperature arrive. Child, I done walked through this motherfucker and I swear for God, oh, child, I'm already perimenopausal, bitch, please. Child, the heater on 90 in this whole y'all. So I got, if you hear my fan blowing, I got my air back running. It ain't on the heat, and I had to turn the fan on because I just slept all out on y'all ass in here. I ain't lying. A bitch would hit the ground if I didn't turn some type of air on. Who I walked up in here and I couldn't handle it. God damn. Ooh. Y'all bad with a bitch, bad with a bitch. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta. Ooh, just give me a minute, y'all. Give me a minute. I told y'all I don't have this shit ain't rehearsed. I turned the bitch on and started talking. I gotta get some of this. I gotta get some air up here in this top region up here. Shit. Okay. Alright. I know y'all ain't come here for 1 minute and 26 seconds of me fanning, but bitch, please, I can't even give you a review till I get some damn air going up in the top part of my body. In a damn way. Alright, let me go on, switch on over and try to get with this. Alright, first and foremost, before I begin this review, I want to spend a special shout out to the Fresh Collective. Y'all, this review here won't probably, I've been beating myself out. Y'all gonna see me dapping, sweating, everything. Y'all, I swear this motherfucker left it on about 90 in this hole here. 90 degrees all day in a house tied, closed in, 2 floor. Bitch, ooh. Wait till I call his ass on his break tonight at work. But anyway, what the hell was I finna tell y'all? Oh, we talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 7, episode 20. I hope. I ain't even gonna complain, because to be honest, this review it's not gonna probably be what you expect it to be, because yesterday I started doing last night, but it was 6 minutes, y'all, and I'm like, damn. Y'all know y'all had already checked the bitch about y'all checked the bitch about being that 8 minute and the 9 minute one, so I ain't wanna push y'all off again for the 3rd consecutive week. But here we go. I really don't have any. There won't be no major shade thrown. Y'all know I'm a shady bitch sometimes, but I can't really throw no shade because, to be honest, this was one of the best episodes of the Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 7. And the reason being that is that those ladies got along, y'all. They actually got along, and that was beautiful to me. It was beautiful. The beginning of the episode, I'm going to get the significant shit out the way and say what I got to say about that. We start out with Nene. Nene ain't with the girls and, on foreign land. She over in New York, and she's getting fitted for, her part in the Cinderella and shit that she got going on. And, I ain't gonna lie, that, her wardrobe fitting, that shit look nice. I gotta get Nene that. Y'all, I don't hate Nene. I took this weekend to do some soul searching. I threw y'all in the news and shit, so y'all would see her whole face. But, I also did some individual work with my own self this weekend, and how I think about things and how I take things. And even if Nene would have gave me the most this week, I still wasn't gonna, I wasn't gonna eat her ass alive, because y'all, Nene, like I said before, I used to be one of the biggest supporters probably of Nene Leakes. I really admire her, everything. I was alright with Nene. It's when she got a little popularity and a little fame that she forgot who she was and where her origination was from, and she started tripping, and that kind of threw everybody out. So I personally, I'm happy that this lady got this opportunity. I mean, let's just be real. She's not a big time actress or nothing like that, but she did a little fill in And I'm just happy that she got the opportunity to do so. I hope somewhere along the line that she go get some help and she'll, address whatever it is that's wrong with her and make her do the things that she do. Nene just a very hurt person, you know. She real hurt, and it that causes a lot of her fucking problems that she had with other women and shit. The bitch just hurt. But I ain't here to diagnose the whole. So we gonna say her wardrobe fitting went well. She did get, she talked with one of the guys, I guess one of the producers of the show, and they were telling her how, important her role is in the show. And, that kind of made her a little nervous because Nene used to TV where you can retake and stuff. This time, she's not going to have that opportunity to have a retake. It's you got to go out there with your A game on. And whatever you fuck up, you better be able to know how to keep it moving through it, Be a professional all the time. And I think that was a big scare for her. I heard she did all right on it because it's over now, but, I heard she did all right. I didn't hear no real bad things about it. If y'all know anything, that she got bad ratings or reviews, if you feel so compelled to tell me about it, you can. It don't really matter. The point is the bitch made it to Broadway, and congratulations for what it was, okay? So moving on from her, we're going to go on over to foreign lands. And you got the girls, Cynthia, Kenya, Claudia, Portia, and am I leaving somebody? Candy, goddamn ass. Okay. And they had a really good time, y'all. Through that trip, we saw them, they went horseback riding. They went to, up to a volcano. They went shopping. Even though that dumbass Portia was looking for her a Tom Ford stove, she didn't want to get a part, be a part of the culture of the place. She didn't want to get to learn something new. The baby wanted to get her a bag, but, bless her. But overall, it was a good trip for them because, they did a little light shading, but nobody took it so offensively. We even got to see, a side of Phaedra that I ain't really think the bitch had, I enjoyed the fact that her and Kenya was able to finally sit down one-to-one and hash out some of their details. And that's the only part I'm really going to talk about here. Because I understood both sides. Listening to that conversation. Meanwhile, the girls was over getting ready to have a slumber party and all that shit. And everybody dressed up, drinking and shit. They over there chilling while Phaedra and Kenya over here on the other side, on their grown woman shit. So, that's what the hell was going on with them hoes. But, what I got out of that was that, I got Phaedra when she said that hurt people do hurt things, because they do, This is your husband. Y'all probably wasn't doing so well. You already knew that he was cheating on you anyway with other women. He was doing the nightlife, going to the strip clubs, 8 G's a night and shit. Of course he cheating on her. And when the whole Kenya situation came out, it really just gave her like I say a target for all of her anger. She's already angry because things are not going right with this marriage. She know this man out here doing, wilding out on her. And now we ain't gonna say that it wasn't no reason for that, because that ain't the part we here to diagnose. I'm just gonna talk about it from Phaedra's standpoint. And I kind of, for me, y'all know I did some soul searching this week, not to be tearing her damn head off, but I'm not gonna tear her head off because I got her. She was so hurt already about the things that was going on in her marriage. When all that Kenya and Apollo bullshit did come out, it just gave her a target. It was a way of releasing it to somebody, instead of holding that in. So that's why she went hard like she did with, on Kenya for Apollo. I don't think that Phaedra ever really truly believed what Apollo said, but it gave her someone to be angry with outside of just him. Sometimes when we so hurt about situations with our mans and shit, we look for, an outlet, somebody we can blame for all the bullshit that's going on, you understand? And it's a lot easier sometimes, especially if you're really in love with that man, to try to look beyond him to find out, find some other person to be angry at, is what I'm saying. We don't want to deal with the fact of what we may have done individually to bring about, whatever it is that's going on, his infidelities. We might not want to just necessarily be mad at him, because it is a such thing as loving a motherfucker so hard that you just really don't want to. You be mad, but you ain't ready to walk away. It hasn't gotten to that point yet for you. And that's where Phaedra was. Phaedra knew what she signed up for. She knew what was going on. But she wasn't ready to, see her marriage go apart like that. Phaedra's a very, she one of them people that try to keep up. She a Brie Bandicamp to me. She the type of bitch that like to have her, everything, all her appearances, for the public's sake. It's gonna look like this is a happy, union. We gonna look like ain't nothing going on, even if we beating the hell out of each other as soon as the cameras are gone and we out of the spotlight. That's what she wanted. That's who Phaedra is. Phaedra is so concerned about her appearance in the public that she didn't want anybody to know what really was the real tea. And that was, this nigga is not, you girl. And then I know she was like, I really brought, Phaedra's not stupid. She knows she brought that shit on herself. So I guess that's what she was. Kenya didn't like having her name took, destroyed like that. Kenya also came on that show wanting to feel like she was a part of the group. I can understand that, being the underdog and wanting to feel like you're a part of the group. And that's how I was able to bring y'all this review this week and not just be crazy, because it touched bases with a lot of things that's going on in my personal life. I have been privy to an organization lately that, I feel like I'm the underdog. I don't have the accomplishments that some of the other people who are in this organization with me has. I don't have the, I guess you could say, I haven't had as many successes as they have, okay? So coming into the organization, I kind of felt like I was the underdog, and being the underdog, you want to get in there and prove that you're worthy too, even though you haven't gotten to the levels that the other members of the organization is at. You want to feel like you're just as important as the next person. And you have to learn that it's a time thing, First of all, to be a part of the organization says a lot about who you are and what the people who invited you in think about you. Apparently, they don't think that, you are not worthy to be here because you were invited. You did not invite yourself. So instead of being so concerned about what it is that you don't have, just keep being you and working toward what your ultimate goal is. And I had to learn that. I also had to learn another little thing about self this week, and that's this about me. When I come on this camera to y'all, I seem very nice, very kind, I'm humble. But that's because I'm sitting here and I wasn't sure of myself, and I was trying to appeal to people, so I gave you the raw me. Really, I put my heart out there, and I was embraced, and thank God for that. But in my everyday life, I'm not so unsure of myself, and I exude a little bit more confidence, and I am, before you talk to me, you'll think that I'm a very mean person, because people have said that I don't smile and I don't have a pleasant demeanor about myself. I look like I'm always on the go, I'm busy, and I don't have time for the bullshit. And that's true, but I'm not, it's not like I can't stop to be talked to, okay? And I realized that that's the attitude. Sometimes I bring that in on when I'm dealing with people, people that don't know me, and in being that way, I found out that sometimes when a person don't say nothing, it doesn't mean that they don't respect you or appreciate what it is that you bring to the table. It's they don't know how to really just come to you and talk to you. So instead of, causing a problem, a possible, let me find the best way to put this in. I'm gonna take my time with this shit because I want to get this across to y'all. Instead of, rocking the boat, causing waves and shit, sometimes people just won't say nothing to you. And being the type of person that I am, instead of me seeing that for what it was, I took it as, you think you're better than me, okay? And I had to sit down and self-check myself. Why do you feel like that? And I dug all the way back. When I'm wrong, y'all, or I feel like I'm wrong, I go all the way to the core of it, and I'm not afraid to look at the ugly side of me. The reason why I'm like that is because growing up, and I was coming along, people used to shun me a lot. I was only good when you need me to help you, pass a test or some shit like that. Or, you want to get a good laugh. Or a bitch that came at you wrong and you want a good comeback on that ass. I'm the type of person that people will come to for that kind of shit. Because I was always quick with it. And in being that way, I never knew who really was there for real and who was just there for what I could do for them. And that carried on until my adult life. And even now, I can say, 42 years into life, I still have that. I still have issues with that. I want to fit in, but it's like I get mad when I feel the one thing. A bitch ain't gotta be my friend. But the one thing I can't stand is to feel like you disrespect me, or I feel like if you don't respect me, that's a problem for me. And I don't like when people make assumptions based on what they think. Now, the flip side of that is, it ain't always they making an assumption about your ass or feeling like they disrespecting you. They don't know how to take you. So instead of, possibly stepping out and stepping on your toes and setting you off, they just sit back in the cut and they observe. And you got to be able to understand that's not shade to you sometimes. I had to learn that the hard way this week by tearing myself down just to build myself back up. To understand that every time a person don't readily embrace you, don't mean that they're trying to slight you in any kind of way. And I think that when Phaedra found out all that information that Apollo was feeding her, it wasn't so much that woman just believed what Apollo said. I think that it had a lot to do with the fact that she was already hurt because she knew that things were not right in her marriage. And she gave Kenya the public face. At one point they was cool. But when things went to the left and we don't know what all was really going on inside their house, she stopped being Phaedra, who was compassionate and Anguilla, and came and ran behind Kenya when, they were trying to comfort her about the Walter situation. She took that one away and she gave her that public face. And that's what I give a lot of time to people. I give them the public face. It take a minute for you to be able to peel back and find out that I'm not, I'm not hardcore. I'm not a person who don't have no compassion. I try my best not to judge people, especially when they going through shit. I try not to throw no judgments on it. We all do, but I try not to voice if I feel that it's not appropriate. I will not voice it, and that's what I got from the Real Housewives of Atlanta about, really coming to a point where you can actually forgive a bitch and let it go. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing now with myself. I have been, a class A bitch toward a person, and it's not because I don't like you, it's because I thought you didn't like me. So, sometimes you just need to step back and see why you feel a certain way about a person, and that's what I had to do. And I realized it wasn't for the reasons that I originally thought. It was because I felt like I was being disrespected and not appreciated as much as some of the other members of the organization, that my disposition was so raw and so uncaring toward that person. But I am able to say that, when I'm wrong, and I have been wrong. I have been wrong in my delivery and how I dealt with this person, and I'm just hoping that, moving forward, that we can get on a better page. My intentions are to be as genuine as possible when dealing with this person, and my heart is open to whatever. We can be cool, we can be cordial, we can be homies. Then we could be the type of bitch that just really don't have much for each other. It's not gonna be, I'm not gonna buck it, but I'm not gonna run behind the situation, okay? That's what I'm saying. And I think with Phaedra and Kenya, if they really live up to what they saying at the table with each other, that they can one day find that friendship that was developing back in Anguilla. But, it was very important for them to get to this point. And I was very, very, very proud of the fact that Phaedra was able to apologize. Because as much as I rag on that bitch, I understood her at that moment. It's hard to say you sorry when you so hurt. It's hard to say you sorry when you feel like you really been done wrong. Now, we could say what we want to say about Phaedra as far as her marriage and stuff and what she knew or what she didn't know. But one thing we cannot say is the woman did not have love for this man. And that was the game changer. She actually loved Apollo. And it is what it is. I'm looking forward to seeing what the reunion is going to be. I honestly, I don't know if all of this was just for the cameras or if these ladies really have tried to, find their peace with each other. If not be friends, at least get to find your peace with the person and be able to move forward. I think it was a good episode. It taught us a lot about forgiveness. A lot of times we say we forgive, but do we really forgive? I said I was past, how people treated me in the past. Was I? Apparently I have not really forgiven because it's still able to manifest itself 20-some plus years later in dealing with another individual. So I think it's about learning. Now, like I said, guys, I don't know if this was what you expected, but this was my way of recapping the show. I did not find it to be boring. It actually was, in my opinion, the best episode this season. Because I walked away not angry and ready to go off on a woman, all them bitches and shit. I didn't feel like that. I walked away understanding where each one of them could be when they made the decisions to do the things they do. And it also opened up my eyes to my own personal demons and dealing with them. So that's where I am with that. And I hope you guys can understand what it is that I was trying to relate to you in this video. I just hope and pray that you do. Because it went deeper than just this show, but this is my way of doing it. I had another video, like I said, it was about 6-7 minutes long. It wasn't all that good, but I decided when I walked in my house today, well, on my way to my house, I made the decision that I was going to use my review to correlate with my own personal life, and maybe it will be helpful to somebody out there. I don't always just want to make a bitch laugh. Sometimes I want to make you think too. So, with that being said, I'll be back later on. I think I got Black Ink Crew Child, some shit like that, dude. Anyway, y'all, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend or two. I'm still taking emails, and thank you all. I have received emails. I'll later on in the week, I'll let y'all know when we're going to start actually doing them and what day I do them on, and, shit like that. Thank you for the overwhelming response to me opening up a separate channel for my cooking, and y'all, I got it coming. Trust and believe, because y'all might be cussing me out, talk about, Lady Nika, you ain't putting nothing on Lady Nika channel because you always over here with this Chef Nika shit. But I'm trying to give both of them as much, equal amount of times, y'all. I'm gonna be over here talking shit and smoking, and over there cooking and drinking and probably talking shit. All that shit I do. Anyway, please again, special shout out to the Fresh Collective. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.